So I went on a date with a social justice warrior.
You oppressive patriarchal piece of shit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tyler Fischer Show. I believe it's episode 29. I'm not sure. I hope it's not 30. I want to do something big for episode 30. Like, I don't know, maybe have 2 coffees. That's as crazy as I get nowadays. Though I look like I'm partying. Look, I'm soaking wet. Look at this. Right out of the shower. I don't know how to dry my hair properly. I don't have a hair dryer. I don't know how to keep up long hair. Ladies, got to give you credit for dealing with this since whenever that became a trend to have long hair. Though it wasn't always a trend. There was a switch when men had the long hair and women had short hair. So I don't want you complaining too much, okay? Been there, done that. But I look like I've been doing fentanyl in under a bridge for about 4 weeks. That's what I look like with a suit jacket over it. So that is the look, and my body, my choice. So if you judge me, even if you're judging me internally and you're not expressing it, even if it's a thought in your mind, you are oppressing me right now, and you need to do better, okay? So I just want to put you in check right up top today. Okay, I'm putting everybody on notice. You're not doing what you can do. You need to do more. I don't care if you're on welfare, unemployed, maybe you have a mental illness, maybe you're struggling, maybe you're suicidal. You need to do better, okay? Got that out of the way. Happy Monday. Gonna get right into this. I don't know if this will even be out in time for anyone to come to the show if you don't know about it, but I am going to be doing my new hour. I've got a new hour. That's right. I got a new hour. Yeah, I'm doing a new hour of material. You know, I'm burning the old stuff. You know, it's no good anymore. You know, it's no good. I got to get with the times. I got to talk about race and gender and whatnot. So I'm doing a new hour tonight in Williamsburg at a place called Old Man Hustle. Old Man Hustle at 8 p.m. Tickets are on my Instagram link. Or you can go to oldmanhustle.com, Google it, give it a goog. Hey, give it a goog, fatty. So, yes, I'm very excited. I'll be doing a lot of these, too. So this is kind of the first one. I'm getting the cobwebs off. I'm putting all of the jokes that I've written in the last 2 years together, and I'm going to start globbing it together and forming what'll be a new hour that I will eventually film as a comedy special. And hey, maybe you'll come to that live event. And certainly will be a first dibs will go to patrons. And you can sign up at patreon.com/Tyler Talks. That's how many sponsors do we have today? We have 62 sponsors for the show. And who are those sponsors? The fine, amazing, beautiful people that are supporting on Patreon. So, I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm doing it. I learned from my last time. If you saw my special Man Boy unit, that was unplanned pretty much. Let me turn off my air filter. Hold on. Okay, there we go. That was, I had never done the hour before. You know, I don't tour, and if you tour, you headline comedy clubs, you perform an hour, and you kind of shape it over a year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or if you're Jerry Seinfeld, it's like 20 years it takes to make it special. But a lot of comics do a new one every year. So, anyways, I didn't really rehearse it last time, and I just strung together all my little 5 and 10 minute sets and filmed that special. This time, I'd like to massage the hour and work on it, bring it in front of different audiences, you know, different people, different communities. You know, I'd love the Black community to see it, the Latinx community to see it. I'd love the LGBTQAI plus community to see it, and then just see what you guys want. You know, I want the community leaders to tell me what should stay and what should go. So tonight will be the first time that it's going to be a little messy, but I'm excited because I know it's going to be messy. And it's going to be triggering for sure. It's going to be triggering for sure. In fact, I wanted to warn my fans who are coming to the show because the New York Times came and saw the show last night to do a little pre-review, and boy, I just saw they're calling the show homophobic, transphobic, arachnophobic, agoraphobic. It's even borophobic. That's fear of gravity. It invokes that sort of fear of gravity in people. Botanophobia, fear of plants. If you have fear of plants, do not come. Dendrophobic, that's fear of trees. I mention, deforestation in the show, so you're just gonna want to stay home. Dentophobia, fear of dentists. I have it. You could hear it in my lisp. And I'll be talking about my braces. So please stay home and, be on the phone with your therapist even while the show's happening. Even if you're not there, you should seek support. Gamophobia, fear of marriage. Please, guys, this is a triggering hour that we're doing here. So I did look at, I was just interested in to see how many phobias there are. I recommend Googling this. It seems like a joke. I mean, there's fear of rooms. That's an actual definition in a dictionary. I'll just spell it. Koinoniphobia. Koinonophobia is a fear of rooms. How soft are we making kids? Okay, kids, everybody refer to your fears of list and just raise your hand. Let me know what you're afraid of today. And okay, Billy, you're afraid of fear of chairs. Everybody off the chairs. Let's get these chairs out. Let's burn these chairs. Kathy, fear of apple juice. Anyone have apple juice? Please go pour it out in the sink. Okay, Kathy's dealing with an appleophobia today. Okay, fear of calculophobia. Okay. Guys, crush those calculators. We need to respect everybody. So it's fucking insane. Fear of buttons. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But there was, I thought this was just a little ironic because these are 4 fears in a row. It is amaxophobia, fear of riding in a car. Then androphobia, fear of men, which I think studies show 99.8% of women in Brooklyn have androphobia, fear of men, because I go up to talk to women and they go, what are you doing? Stop impressing me. And then we have anginophobia, fear of choking, and then anthrophobia, fear of flowers. And I just thought that was weird because my ex-girlfriend, her fetish was me, a man, choking her with flowers while driving a car. So it was interesting to see those 4 in a row. I thought maybe she saw this fear list and decided to make that her fetish. Okay, sorry. My Google is telling me that I need to save something, and I'm afraid of Google, man. Googleophobia. How many people have Googleophobia? Fear of being watched by Google. So, yes. Very excited, and I hope I'm excited to share the hour with you. This has been an interesting 2 years of comedy. So, that's it. I don't know. Maybe you guys even send some suggestions for the name of the special. Maybe that could be a thing you got, because I'm not good at picking names. So, if you got any names for the new special, shoot them over. Maybe that's how we'll do it. We'll let the people decide. Someone said I should name it Just Another White Dude or something like that. Kind of brand it to the theme of what's been happening in my life lately. And what I realized too when I'm reading this is I do not have a big vocabulary. Something I've always been a little embarrassed about. But I don't have a big vocabulary. I don't read much, you know what I mean? Look at these books, guys. These are the 9 books that I own. And I was watching Russell Brand the other night. I just am trying to figure out if Russell Brand knows all those words or if he actually looks at the sources and creates a list of words to choose from when he's doing his podcast. If you don't know Russell Brand, British guy, comedian, actor, kind of long, scraggly hair, dresses in cloth, very little cloth, teeny little loincloths. It's like every time I see him, he has less fabric on him. It's hilarious. There's like his nipples just like begging to come out. I'm pretty sure soon he's going to do his podcast, and he's going to have so little cloth that he's going to have to hook his lav mic just straight on the nip. Just a nip clip. Get a nice nip clip for that. But his vocabulary words are so big. I think I'm just going to start doing that on dates. Just like string along a bunch of, because no matter what he's talking about, it sounds exciting. It sounds brilliant and intelligent. He can just go on a rant, just go, so, I've been thinking about this a lot. We've got to think about this because it's sort of a big tech, big media, big corporations, big Tinder swiping right on your personal information. It's a conglomerate. It's like almost a meticulation or a triculation of a metastasization of cancer growing on the brain, on the interception of the cryptocurrency. But basically, that's exactly what I think about Pokemon. He just makes it all sound great. And I'm going to start doing that. I'm just going to start bringing vocabulary words. Just write them on my hand. So how was, so you're a graphic designer. Oh, interesting. That's really ataxophobic. Fear of thunder and lightning. I just thought. Yeah, because it's like tech, you're graphic designing, a lot of graphics. There's probably some lightning bolts. Somebody, so you probably have little ataxophobia. Do you have fear of men? Why are you leaving? Speaking of dating, I want to get right into this. I went on a date, guys. I know I've been praying that the Lord brought me a nice woman. And I finally got a hit. I got a hit on, I think it was Bumble, perhaps. Maybe it was Bumble. Big Bumble, right? Where the woman has to write the first message. They say, sir, the woman has to write the message. I say, it's going to be bad. It's going to be, brace yourself. It'll be something like, sup, right? Or, nice dog. And so I went on a date. And I'm going to shit on it. I'm absolutely going to shit on the date, and I'm going to rip it apart. But I'll start with the positive, which is I went on a date. It was a goal. I set it, and I accomplished it. So I'm going to see this one. It's a loss. I'm taking a big L on this one. Big league. Big L, right, for loss, because it was not good, right? They say, sir, how was it? I said it wasn't good. It was a big failure, like the border, right? Like the border failing. And she was like ice because she wanted to deport me from the Brooklyn Museum, sir. That's what they say. So, starting positive, which is I put it out there, went on a date. Okay, it's all practice. This is like, it's rehearsal. Just to be with somebody now is weird, and to be engaged and to have to, shower and groom and clip and trim. So I made the date. I asked her to go to the Brooklyn Museum. I thought that would be fun. We could walk around, comment on stuff. You can kind of see somebody's ability to, kind of riff. I'm a riffing kind of guy. I'm going to be, look, there's going to be a lot of dad jokes at the museum with Tyler. We come across a Monet, go, oh, how much Monet do you think that costs? To, just bad stuff. But it's fun for me, and you get to sort of see how fun people are, because you see a new piece of art, new exhibit, you see what gets them excited. So I like that date. Just a suggestion. You go to a museum. Now, here's where it got a little tricky. I sensed from about the first 8 seconds we spent together, I'm dealing with a real social justice warrior, an SJW. And I got the vibe right away. I knew what I was dealing with here. You have to wear a mask inside, okay? fair, whatever, fine. Even though I'm like, well, this is weird. Now we can't even see each other's faces or smiling or any of that shit. So I panicked a little there because I was going to be counting the laughs and counting the smiles. So you got to wear the mask. She, on her profile, fully vaccinated, all capital letters, fully vaccinated for coronavirus, exclamation points, stars, the asterisks, the whole thing, the celebration emojis. And I go, all right, this is someone who's really wearing the shot on her sleeve there. I'm getting panicked now. I'm going, is she going to ask me if I was vaxxed? What am I going to say? And of course, I'm just going to tell her the truth, but I had quite a bit of anxiety about that because I'm like, someone who's that adamant about presenting it, I was vaxxed. I got a wet vax pussy, whatever you want to say, a wop, a waxy wop. I anticipated she might actually leave. And I've met guys who have gone on dates with women who have literally go, oh, you're not vaxxed? And they leave the date. It's pretty common in New York City.
In New York City, the ladies like getting the shot, getting the jabbed. They like getting jabbed.
So, okay, she double masks. She's fully vaxxed, double masked. She's young. I met her through Cuomo. She's very young. He goes, she's still young for me. Sent her over to my way. Low risk, young, healthy, active, vaxxed, 2 masks on. Okay, so whatever. Again, I'm trying not to judge anyone for what they want to do. We walk in, and here's the problem nowadays. It's like you can't go 30 fucking seconds without somebody spilling out or trying to present their political views, their social justice stances, how many protests they've gone to. It's like there's so many hoops to get through before you even get started. And right away, she drops the bomb on me. All cops are murderers. What a fun way to start the date. Oh, what a fun way. I knew I fell in love with you when you hate the men in blue. You call them all murderers, yeah. Even though you're from Alabama, you wouldn't know the first thing about policing in New York City. By the way, most of them are minorities. She's not even from here. She just moved here not long ago, and the security guard at the museum had a little support the blue, a little keychain or something. Nothing flashy, and comes up right away. Ugh! Did you see that that guy supports the police? He supports murderers, and I assume you know what I'm talking about. That's what she said to me. She goes, and I assume you know exactly what I'm talking about. So she, I kind of took it in. It was too much. I didn't even know how to react to that because I support the police, and I'm going, okay, well, are we gonna have a debate before I even buy the fucking tickets? So I said, Tyler, let it go. I said, let it go. I said, sir, let it go. She's a fiery one, right? She's fiery. And she doesn't believe in law and order. Even though if somebody robbed her, who's she going to call? Her yoga teacher, right? Somebody comes up at gunpoint, says, give me your purse. Is she going to say, namaste, right? Namaste. Namago, right? Namago, you stay. And I walk away. No, she's going to get murdered. So I feel the blood rushing a little bit. Let it go. She's brainwashed. And whatever. You can have whatever opinion you want about the police, but there's 800,000 police in this country. All of them are murderers. To say that to me is just ignorant. It's just ignorant. It's ignorant. It's just ignorant. So I let that go. And by the way, why am I saying by the way so much? Who says that? By the way, oh, maybe I was doing Seinfeld earlier. By the way, he says that a lot. We walk in, and it's like you're in a fucking BLM museum. That's what it is. They've dedicated the whole first floor is like social justice in your face. It's in your face. This woman I went out with happens to be, I believe, I didn't ask her because what a mindfuck this is, right? You're not supposed to ask. I often see like everybody objectifies minorities because like one of the things they'll treat us like objects. One of the things they'll say is like, where are you originally from? Like, where are you originally from? And that's so racist. But then the other thing they'll say is you need to find out someone's race and treat them through the filter of their race. So it's a total mind fuck. And so that now I'm starting to wrestle with that. I believe she was half black and half Asian. Okay. That's what I think. I could be wrong. So I'm trying not to let that influence how I'm talking to her because I treat people based on who they are. But slowly it started coming out. And this whole music, it's like NPR. It's like a living NPR museum. That's what it is. All the things are in there. So we're walking around and these things slowly start to come up, right? We see an exhibit and it's like this beautiful Asian jewelry. And it was like, you read the little thing. Which by the way, I never read the things. I don't want to read about. I like to look and get on. You ever go to the museum with someone and they read every fucking plaque? It takes you like an hour to even get past 2 paintings. You're really going to read the whole thing? No one cares. You just, it's eye candy. It's eye candy. We know what's going on, Van Gogh. We know Van Gogh painted with fucking a wide brush and used a lot of pastels and cut his ear off. So there's like a painting or some jewelry, and it's of some beautiful Asian art, and it's like this was gifted to Catherine O'Hare in 15, and she go, Catherine, some white woman. Of course, some white woman got a hold of this Asian jewelry. Obviously, it was stolen. How did she end up with it? Of course, some white bitch stole it. And I'm going like, okay, do you want my comment? She didn't even want, like, it wasn't a conversation. It was like I was there on a little TED Talk. That's what it was. I felt like I was held prisoner on a social justice TED Talk. So I just decided early on, I ain't into this gal. She's mad about everything. Everything is going through the social justice filter. By the way, people that are like this are so angry. They're just fucking, who's this? What kind of patriarchal fucking painting is this? They're just angry all the time. And I'm not, it's too much for me, man. I want a fucking calm person who can just enjoy some art. So she's going up, bang, 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 running around. I'm following her. It's like not even like we're enjoying the museum together. It's like she was at the museum alone, and I was her assistant following her, taking notes. Being, okay, oh yes, Monet was racist, yes, and chauvinistic, and yes, definitely part of the patriarchy. Okay, we'll get that done. We'll put a footnote there, okay. And this is a Renaissance, early Renaissance, right? Of course, right. And we're going to colonialism, and that's when all the white people told all the other people who to do what to do, and I was just like, oh, this is wild. So this is wild. And then there'd be like another exhibit. She's like, oh yeah, this is definitely a feminist thing. Like they're definitely showing their strength and anger towards men. And I'm like, you know, you're on a date with a man, right? Do you know that? Do you know you're on a date with a white man and you're saying really offensive things about men and white people? I couldn't imagine being like, oh, going on a date with a black girl, being like, oh, of course, Monica, how did this end up with some black bitch? Of course, some black bitch stole this from an Asian person. Of course. She would leave instantly. She'd be like, I'm black, my mom's black, how dare you say like some black bitch stole. Guys, I'm getting a little overclamped. All right, so we move on, right? Now we're in... She takes us in, you know those, they have those like little mini little movie theaters in the museum, like with a couple benches. It's always some god-awful, independent, artsy film that makes me want to kill myself. So again, these are all curated like Black Lives Matter exhibits. So we walk into the first, or I follow her into the first one. And it's a black slave reenactment thing where the slave is like screaming and crying and kids on the ground. And it was brutal. I mean, like I was just uncomfortable. I probably wouldn't have been uncomfortable should she not have kind of set up like the eggshells that would be walked on during this date. I don't think I would have cared at all. I would have sat and watched it, and we would have looked at each other and been like, all right, let's head out. I couldn't be the first one to leave. Could you imagine if I just stood up while this slave is crying on screen and go, all right, yeah, let's go see the Egyptian shit. And I was like, so I just sat there for so long. I was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And then finally she gets up and leaves. Then we go to another one, and it's a similar style thing. And I don't know at what point I'll have the confidence to just go, hey, I'm really not having fun. I think I'm gonna leave this date. But I said I'll at least finish it, and she was excited to see the Egyptian stuff, and I was like, well, Egyptians aren't quite really white. I felt safe. I felt safe as a white man being around the Egyptian stuff. So we get up there. She's looking at the tombs. Oh, of course, these are so gendered. So yeah, there was no escaping it. I mean, it was mind blowing. I mean, it was really like being on a date with a human NPR tote bag. I don't know how else to put it. It was like every social justice topic that we've heard in the last 30 years was jam packed into this date. I go, I at least I'll have something to talk about on the podcast. So it was wild, man. It was just wild. And one cool thing that I saw I thought was interesting was the mummies before they were buried. I didn't realize this. Yeah, you know, they would put all their valuables into the tomb and stuff, and they wanted to be accepted into the afterlife. I saw a little foreshadowing because similarities. Another part of getting accepted into the afterlife for the mummies, the pharaohs, whoever it was, the higher ups, the more royal Egyptians, when they died, they would write these long scrolls to be buried with. So one of them was like 60 feet long. I mean, very articulate, beautiful, handwritten scrolls. And she did read it. I wasn't going to read what it was. I just go, oh, it's letters on scroll. That's what it'll be called. It's 400 BC, letters on scroll. This is made with fickle berry and a feather. But she started reading it. She goes, this is a not an apology, but almost like an anti-apology. They would list all of the horrible things that they didn't do in their life as to get accepted, so they look really righteous to the gods. So it was like, I didn't steal any milk during my life. I never hit a bitch. I never called that woman a cunt, even though she tried like 500 flavors of gelato, and it's like 100 degrees out. I'm going, just fucking order something. It was like that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where she picks, she's tested, I'll try this, I'll try that, and then she ends up getting vanilla, and I didn't call her a cunt. I could have called her a cunt, but I didn't. This is like 1,000 things the guy didn't do, and I thought, this is where we are in our society right now. It's trending to list all of your virtues, all of your righteous accomplishments, all the things that you're not doing. That's part of people slapping up the BLM sign and this and that. And every fucking cafe I see is a sign like, we follow the science. We believe that there's many genders. We believe that global warming is real. And it's like, we're heading back to that direction of writing these scrolls. It was so bizarre. And then to see the hieroglyphics and the crossover between that, us communicating with emojis now. And this is Sal Volcano's joke, who I had on the podcast early on. One of the amazing Impractical Jokers. But he has a new joke about like, we're now communicating with hieroglyphics. That's what emojis are. Emojis are taking place of actual language and vocabulary. So it was just interesting to see, oh shit, we're doing that scroll thing and we're putting it up on our window and stuff. And by the way, how long do we keep the Black Lives Matter signs up? Is it like a Christmas card, or how long? It's gonna be hard for people to take those down. You know what I mean? How could you possibly? You're gonna have to do it in the middle of the night. can you imagine being seen just like ripping down your Black Lives Matter sign? Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I heard they matter now. Their lives are mattering more. They freed Cosby after raping 500 people. I guess we're good. Oprah's a billionaire, and Meghan Markle's a fucking princess. So, are we good? Are we good? Kevin Hart's one of the highest paid comedians of all times. Can we take him down? It's going to be tricky. It's just something I'm thinking about. So anyways, I will not be seeing this gal again. Luckily, I set a time limit because I had a show, and I thought I'll say that's helping me a lot as well. Just another suggestion: if you're dating, if you don't want to move too fast, it's helpful to have a actual out time. Because I was like, oh, well, look at the time. I've got to go. I'm going to a Small Lives Matter rally. So I got the hell out of there, and it was fucking brutal. But I just feel bad for these people. I do. I feel bad. They're so angry. Everything. They have to find how each thing, item, word, person fits into oppression and patriarchy, and this. It's got to be miserable. You can see it in their face. Their jaws are clenched. They're just like fucking Beavis and Butter. Yeah. Black Lives Matter. So, not it. Next. So anyways, yeah, the 4 months me trying to get a date leading up to that shit show. I want to talk about misinformation. I don't know if you guys saw, but Facebook has a little pop-up thing encouraging you to report misinformation. Does anybody know what that word means? It's a cleverly picked, specifically picked word, I believe, because it's very vague. It's very vague. This is scaring me. This is now, again, we're slowly being pushed. They're taking more and more liberties. Once they saw they can control the whole world during the pandemic, it's going to be a slow drip. But this one freaked me out because, keep in mind, anybody who had the theory that the lab leak was a possibility for the pandemic to have begun, it was labeled misinformation, and it was removed from Facebook. It was removed from everywhere. So now, what the fuck is going to happen? Because it's not. I mean, we'll just talk it out. What is it? Misinformation is, in the eyes of the Biden administration, is just anything that they don't agree with, or that they don't want to be seen. I mean, nobody wanted that lab leak thing out because who fucking knows why? Who knows, man? There's probably a lot of reasons why. Cover-ups, whatever the hell it is. But that is an incredible amount of power, and they are now teaming up with Facebook. I mean, I think this is serious government overreach. And another issue, which is something I'm running into with putting videos on TikTok, is if 1, 2, 3 people report it and say this was offensive, the video's gone. So we're really almost putting the power into the people's hands to kind of cancel each other, and the government can kind of step back and go, hey, well, they say we got X amount of reports, and this is stirring up some trouble, so it was misinformation. I mean, what a bullshit fucking word. And they can't use the word lies. They can't use that. They fucked themselves, because if they called the lab leak a lie, and then now it seems to be the most probable actual cause of the pandemic, well, then they're a liar, or they're covering up the truth. So misinformation, that word bothers me so much. It's like fucking generalized non-specific depression. It's so generalized and nonsensical. Call it. It's just too tricky, man. And it takes time. Like, why are we giving so much leeway with the science? Follow the science, the science will evolve and things will evolve. So we're giving that some leeway, but not other truths. I mean, truth takes a while to get out. And fucking Jen Psaki, or whatever her fucking name is, she's like, sometimes someone will put up misinformation and it'll be 3 days before Facebook takes it down. That's too long. Really? 3 days is too long? Are you that much of an idiot where some civilian tweets something and you take it at face value? Well, then fuck that person. If you're that much of an idiot, you can't fact check it or give it some time, or you're going to go out and do something extreme based on a tweet, that's on them. It's frightening to me. I think it's going to get out of control. And they even teased out that they may, the Hunter Biden thing's another example. And I'm not I don't get all up and crazy about the laptop thing, but a poll did come out that said, Biden would have lost something like 20%, roughly. You can fact check me on this, but I remember being somewhere in the range of 20%. Could have lost upwards of 20% of his votes if people knew that laptop was Hunter Biden's, and that there was the possibility that he was exploiting his father for business in China to get his father connected with people in China or Russia or was it Ukraine? That would have had an impact on the election. And Twitter banned not only the New York Post article, but prevented anyone from actually sending it as a direct message. So to me, it's like, oh, now you're crossing into our private messages. That's alarming. And, well, they got away with it. So it's going to go further, and they are now teasing out that they may start actually censoring our text messages if this quote-unquote misinformation is popping up in a text. If you're texting someone going, hydroxychloroquine is, I think it's actually good, whatever it is. If you're going to hit these trigger words or sentences that they, and I don't know if this has gone through, but I know they were openly talking about it and seemed to be completely comfortable and seemed to see it as legitimate to start teaming up with our cell phone companies to censor our private messages. I mean, that is fucking communist. Period. And they're pushing all of this so slowly. And then that's what you do, right? You push somebody a little bit and then you step back. You push them a little bit and see when they go, oh. Then you step back and you let it settle. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit. And I don't want Facebook working for the Biden administration. I hate Facebook at this point. What am I doing on there? You guys on there? I feel like when I go on Facebook, I'm going to like a shopping mall. Feels like I'm walking by Hot Topic and the fucking Wetzel's Pretzels and the Dippin'. I feel like I'm eating Dippin' Dots. That's how like out of date I feel on Facebook. And I hate that they own Instagram, because you go, well, I'm on Instagram. You're like, no, they own it too. But yeah, maybe I will delete it. Maybe I will delete Facebook, because I don't feel it. They're censoring the shit out of my stuff on Facebook. My stuff used to go wild on there. You were going all right. It's a wild, crazy time, but now they're censoring it. And it's not getting shit. Another thing to keep in mind. Well, now here we go again. Mask mandates in California. Indoor mask mandates. Now, I want to look at a little tweet that Governor Homo Cuomo sent. Again, it's the slow drip. I just found this to be a little alarming. He was like, make sure you're still wearing the mask on the subway. Do it out of respect. It also helps prevent the common cold. And make sure, if you're one of my interns,
You wear the mask in my office, not to prevent from the COVID, to prevent from my tongue or genitals from flying inside your mouth. It just makes a common sense. I follow the science, follow my penis. Again, it's the teasing out. You gotta pay attention to this stuff because he's going, hey, do it out of respect. He wasn't saying do it because the science supports it, because we don't have to wear masks inside anywhere else. Why still the subway? Do it out of respect. Why the subway? I'll tell you why the subway. Because the subway is a perfect mix of people from the city of all different ages, classes, ethnicities. It's a little like, the subway's like a little ad for New York. It's like all these people mixed together. So it's a virtue signal. It's a billboard of humans in New York. That's what it is. You're in the city and everyone's on the subway and you have to stare at each other. And it's the only time you really have to look at each other. So you're staring at each other. It's like, yes, mask on, mask on, mask on, sir. Yes, sir, mask on. Yes, good, sir. Very good, sir. Mask on. 9 masks. Good, very good, sir. Face shield and a mask. Good, sir. Very good. Drinking sanitizer. Very good. And, but this was actually the alarming part to me, saying it also prevents the common cold. He brought up the common cold because I think he's gonna keep the mask mandate on the subway forever. To have his little fucking greasy, olive oily, little fucking sausage hands still in our lives. He needs some control. So saying that it's preventing the common cold, now he can just go, guys, hey, it looks like the colds have been down 4%, so we're going to make you wear them on the subway out of respect to prevent the common cold. I'm telling you, it's going to go that far. It's going to go that far. Speaking of humans of New York, I'm going to end with this video I did. I just put it back up on Instagram, but I'm going to be doing some man on the street stuff again. I kind of fell out of it because I pitched a TV show and it was a very messy several years of pitching to TV networks and Netflix and all those woke pieces are shot. So I think I've recovered from that. I'm ready to start doing the man on the street stuff. It's really fun, and so I maybe I'll tease out what I'm doing on Patreon. But I'm going to be filming a video next Friday, and I'm going to be putting it up. But this, if you haven't seen it, maybe just to get back in the spirit of man on the street and have some fun, pranking some people around the city. This is me pretending to be the Humans of New York photographer. If you don't know him, he used to be like super famous. I think he's fallen to the wayside just a little bit, and that's because the algorithms on Facebook. But Brandon Stanton is a photographer, and he started taking these pictures of people around New York City, and then he'd put their story. He'd take a photograph and then go, this is my best memory of New York, or the last time I saw my girlfriend or my mother or my wife was at this statue, and I come and I sit here, and a really cool site. And a friend of mine years ago goes, we should have you dress up and pretend to be him, because nobody fucking knows what he looks like, because he's never in the picture. And people were obsessed with this until I get your picture on. He would get like 5 million likes, and these things would blow up. So I got a camera, and we walked around, and we had a couple hidden cameras, and I walked around, and I would go up to women and be like, hey, could I take your picture? And they'd be like, oh, get away from me. And I go, oh, I'm from Humans of New York. And they go, what? Oh my God, yes, please. And they would be orgasming with excitement. So this is me. This is one of my older prank videos, and maybe you've seen it, but me pretending to be the Humans of New York photographer.
Hi, excuse me, miss. Sorry to bother you. I'm taking photos for my blog.
Okay.
And I put pictures of Humans of New York all over the place.
Wait, you're Humans of New York?
I'm from Humans of New York. I was wondering, you guys have a really interesting look.
Oh my God,
And, you guys have heard of it?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like nobody knows what it is.
Like a bunch of people I know have seen you.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
You are that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh my God. Yeah, you guys have heard of it?
I love it. Not only, I love it.
Oh my God. If you could just tell me about like your happiest moment. That's great.
Hand literally reaches over to steal my iPhone.
Oh my
And
God.
so what do I do? Wait, you're like way too
Oh my God,
close.
sorry.
Wait,
This is
what?
just a great story. You got a lot of expression.
We just moved here. It was like a month ago.
Yeah?
After we moved here, and so yeah, she was slowly sprung.
Yeah?
Like so, it was crazy. I had to call 911, the whole thing. But,
Okay.
she was like bleeding,
That's cool, thanks.
and
This is so cool. And, oh, I loved it. Oh, let's take a look. What do you think?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's a great shot. And then, oh, that's great. That was good. That's
You're
great.
like in my nose.
That's great. What do you think?
Wait, that's in my nose.
That's a great picture. So we're gonna try to get 1 million likes on this one. What do you think? By 5 o'clock. What's your favorite picture?
Nice to meet. Well, lately, what's sticking out in my head, and in fact, I put on my Facebook page, is the doctor you had with the hands.
Oh my God. Let me tell you about
That was
those hands.
so powerful.
His hands were a lot smaller in person.
No way.
They were like baby hands. Hi there, from Humans of New York. I was just wondering. Hi there, from Humans of New York. From Humans of New York.
I thought he was traveling though.
We sent interns. They said it was too dangerous.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, we have some green screen stuff too, so it looks like I'm out there. I'd love to bump that story up a little bit. Like, what if we amped it up? So I'm thinking maybe you guys are homeless. You live in Washington Square Park. Maybe you bathe in the fountain here. Tell me about when you were homeless.
When I was homeless.
Yeah.
Just make the stories up.
I mean, and we can make something up too. I mean,
on the
we're trying to get a
spot
lot of likes too.
No,
so,
of course. That's what it's there for.
I do get some of the images from Google Image. On 3, New York smells funny. 1, 2, 3. New York smells funny. Okay, I am out of storage.
So what do you love about New York? You always ask people, what do you want people to
I love these little gum spots on the ground.
Okay,
It's like a city of polka dots. I'm from Humans of New York.
Yeah?
I was wondering if you could just take a quick picture of me just for my Tinder profile.
I'm the director of photojournalism at CUNY's. We talk about the site all the time.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'd actually like to talk to you about it at some point. So
Sure.
just email me.
Absolutely.
Right?
Just like,
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out.
Totally.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So let me just do one more little wide. Let me get a little wide. Stay there. Guys, you can get in the picture. You guys can get in. That is a cute baby. That's cute. Squeeze in, guys. We have a long wait,
long
so
list. Great, I'm really flattered.
yeah,
Thank
like
you.
hopefully by 2020 we should have these up. So
2020.
take care.
All right. I got the hour tonight. I'm going to try to save the rest of my voice. Thanks for watching. Stay woke, stay broke. Patreon.com/Tyler Talks. And have a great week. Do something nice for yourselves. Shoot me a comment what you think my next special should be called. We'll start toying with that. Please subscribe. Please leave a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And I'll see you next week, guys. Peace. Thanks for listening and for watching.